This is a update commissioners meeting at the city of Chicago. Issue, when was that back, Rachel, told us that, that COVID numbers are down. And they, now want all of our meetings back. So the meetings are posted on the website, and the goal about being in person, so obviously so other people from the community can come with you, because it was a disadvantage in terms of. So moving forward, we will have meetings. I'm gonna go ahead and let Rachel start with the roll call.
All right. And we are calling the meeting to order at 6:20 p.m. Everybody, welcome to our quarterly commissioners meeting. As Luna just said, we are required to be in person. So I would like for you to say your name, the commissioners, please. Say that you are here. Right.
I am Lover here.
Trisha McCoy here.
From Chatham Business Association, tab, Melinda Kelly here.
May I click on Jennifer?
Thank you so much. Also, here's
Richard Willis just joined us.
yes. All right, great. So next we are going to just go. I want to just show you all the minutes. You do have them in front of you. It looks like this. So if you want to just peruse those, I know Mr. Glover, you can. But these are the minutes from the June 14th Open Commissioners meeting. Vita is not here, so we're going to go ahead and just take a look. One moment.
And if you have any changes, or let us know, and then we'll let you know when make a change. We'll let her do that. While you're looking at the minutes, I just want to make a note, they are in the process of getting the budget for 2024 in place, so there is a follow-up. And you don't correct me if I'm wrong, in terms of that, where the city had to make some changes. So as you know, we can do that in a group, but we can also have them come to you individually, whatever's for you. But unfortunately, we don't have to get that in, and at the end, we'll talk a little bit about what we're putting in there, we're going with this. They changes to the minutes, you not, okay. Thank you so much.
All right, moving right along, we're gonna get started with reviewing the service report for the quarter. We went ahead and just spoke about item number 1, the budget. So let's move on to our advertisement and promotions. So we did have a free haircut event on Saturday, July 29th. Charles, could you pull up the pictures from that event? A few of us in the room were at the event. It was amazing. Had quite a few children come out and get service, boys and girls, braids and haircuts. And I took a few pictures, because there definitely were some nice pictures of some of the staff and members of the SSA that I wanted to share with everybody.
While we're doing that, as you know, we take the barbers and beauticians in the area. We've got another one coming up soon, but I'll prepare some. Maybe the same type of flyer, but the goal is one, to help the beauticians and barbers and customers. So when you bring kids and they're doing a good job from the community, it makes that as the customer database. So we really like to get the word out and let your employees know, because it's girls and boys in the room, which ones that do so. But again, the goal is to increase that customer base for our, we have quite a few beauticians and barbers in the area. We can increase the customer base, make better business folks. And then you all as commissioners of the SSA pays them to participate Bring them to market and get new customers.
So as you can see, we have some images. Scroll back one for me. So we had, 3 braiders and we had 2 barbers that were present. So I did take a few pictures while they were in action. Go to the next slide. And then we have Senator Sims with Cliff and myself, and we have some happy kids to the right, who had their hair done, cut and braided. Go to the next one. And there's another picture. Cliff, who was that you was? So it was a great turnout that day, beautiful day for it. And I think it definitely had a positive impact. The next thing that I have in the same area of advertising is our August business of the month. This application, and that's all about kids. Give you a second, Charles, to get to that part of the application.
Questions? Yeah. Routine. The one important part of making help. This program here was put together with aligning the business. It's really, businesses come in, some of them are getting like gift bags, but it's, again, it's up to the businesses in our corridor. We've got a lot of businesses in our corridor, but they don't have a lot of that. And as you all know, as business owners, managing all this stuff, doing it. So when they put these great flyers and stuff together and have them come and see in front of other business owners, it really helps. Sometimes people don't know.
Exactly. So this month is all about kids, and it is right along the lines of back to school, of course. And so we have a form that was created a while ago, but it's the form that we can use that people can access who are interested in being in the business. So there's a link as well, if you wanted to click that, so that you can be familiar with that and know that it's available. It's actually on our page.
Gosh, also, like, so, I mean, like, many people hire what you do. And, you know, Vita as well as this one, just so we can highlight the might be what you do.
So it's right up there on the screen. It's a survey. It's a survey. And so back to the actual report, Charles, the next link I have has to do with our social media, which is pretty exciting times around here for our social media, because now the CDA has a social named Autumn, and she's doing an amazing job. She's going to do a bit for our assets. And also, Jennifer is spearheading a social media guide, a resource guide. And so that's also being created. Before I let Jennifer speak on that part, I just wanted to show you what we have right now in the SSA. Want to go to the slideshow. We do have some of our accounts up, and we're kind of starting kind of minimal, but they're going to be built out. Go ahead. So first, X is the former Twitter. And so we do have a spot there. We also have a new Threads page, which is through Meta. It's basically the Twitter for Meta. And it's by the same name. Next slide, please. So this one is interesting. This is our Facebook page. And as you can see, we do have a page there with some likes and some followers. But we have some groups there that we're going to have to work on, because on that right side, you can see that there are 11 members in our barbershop and beauty shop. And if you look at those names, they don't necessarily look like they are actually in our SSA. So we're going to have to work on building that out and also kind of eliminating any presence whatsoever that might not need to be there. So that's definitely something we're going to look at and get into, creating a better presence on Facebook discussion. Our demographic, for the most part, Facebook is really great. So we're gonna work on that. And I think I have one more slide. So this is just our Instagram page. As you see, we have quite a few followers, but any content ideas, let us know. If you think of anything, call us, email, whatever, just talk to us in person. And we will definitely take it into account. We're gonna be doing a lot more business highlights on our pages, making sure we have an actual. Okay? All right, moving right along. Thank you, Charles. I am going to, Jennifer, did you have something you want to say? In the bank building, right?
Oh, hold on, baby, that might be-
Jennifer, I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
He was in the bank building, and I'm not there.
right, he might not be in the baby either, or on King Drive. So on King Drive, I went by there to surveyor's office. And, it's a insurance base. There's nothing says all even coming soon. So he's not there at all. Just got to find out where he is. I presume he's getting downtown. Say, hey, you got all downtown, but you got all. Wait, I'm pretty sure.
I think we're getting to that, Jennifer.
Yeah, she's get ahead.
Getting ahead of us.
Hmm.
So we're gonna get down to when she bring it to. I did want to ask a question about social media. There's talk for businesses, is that someplace? So. Hear me, Jennifer? I said, I've been reading some of the things that said that, talk for businesses is a good place to be, and it's a lot of, people's life and and on there you can do more, interactive things, so it's just not, just of course, literally you can say something and talk, like TikTok, but not, you don't have to dance. But we can do some pretty interesting tidbits with TikTok. So I was asking you if that's part of social.
It can become a part, absolutely. We're definitely open to whatever is happening. There's a lot right now. Absolutely.
I think we just add the TikTok, however we figure that out, what that should be, maybe that's.
Right.
about us, you know, Black Business Month is every month, so as long as she get going, we good. Yeah, and we're Rachel Religion and Nations, it's because she's on her radar. We just need to figure out what, you know, how we introduce, so we're not all over the place, or that's what we're gonna do, highlight this first. So, I think highlight two faces to businesses and
Just have to put together a social media. And the thing about TikTok and, all of the different meta, you know, ones is that you filter one together. So with TikTok, you know, the initial, safety, we can share, that's Flores TikTok. You share it, it goes to go into their Instagram, it can go to our Facebook, you know, and so we do it one time. It's kind of a discussion. So we just, yeah, we can do
Okay.
reels and it'll create a
Don't
reel
talk
on
about my
Facebook.
head, but I like
Yeah.
it.
So it's
The real gives a little bit more time to do stuff.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with TikTok, you could do 3 minutes, you could do all kinds of different frames, so we could just figure that out. I have some things that I could use resource wise, just create a social media tag. And utilize this day for whatever, for spotlight, this day for this, how many, you know, posts. Schedule.
And we are having, in-house video capability, so, so that we'll be able to do our own. I mean, that's important. And I hear that the businesses like. I don't think. Thank you.
Are we ready to move forward? Next up, we're gonna do the corridor report, which is public ways, maintenance, aesthetics, all that good stuff. Cliff Warner, you take it away.
Well, good evening. I'm gonna cover the I'm gonna say that, they had resurfaced with CDOT, 75th Cottage Grove, all the seven. Then they had to resurface bus stops. Capability. Asphalt, if we did. All of the walkways. North side of the street, which is all over. I'm sorry, the south side, because the north side is Parkman, south side is Chatham. So they redid all those. So what they did. So long send it, they down and they. By then it was like, okay, where's that? I mean, I have no idea what you're talking about. Sitting in the bus stop, like young man behind me, asked me down there to pick the ball. One on 75th Street, Cottage Grove, and one on 75th Prairie. So we have both those. Alderman Harris called me Friday and asked me to clean. After we had just cleaned about an hour or two later, 79th Cottage Grove to 80th Cottage Grove. So what we did was we literally asked staff to get up. Start taking pictures. Take pictures. Friday. About the business. I come to share Harris thing, all the Harris thing. I need to cut. So now they can see them on a distance. What are they doing? Those trees was really blocking picture taking. They would stand right behind that tree and you would have no idea. Well, we know people. Other people didn't know. So she did us a favor with that. Monday, that following Monday, we went back and cleaned 80th and Cottage Grove. We took all of the weeds down that was probably about 3 feet tall, am I right? That tall. So yeah, they were huge. Those was vacant buildings that was against the building. You know, if it's not occupied, but if they are occupied, eventually we work our way this way, when we come it home. Now those down outside, but we got them. She really want all that debris off of those, they call tree stump holders. They're these metal grids that's holding the track. So Monday we went down there early, did all that. Because when you weed whack it, it holds lands. It has no control. So we make sure one end, I think language on another end blowing. If somebody's coming and we don't see them, let us know so we won't. There you go, Rich. Learn to protect us. Tell them that early. And cars like, man, we sure we go protect you. It's not your weed whacking. So now instead of my truck is from the guy that was weed whacking. Won't go in. It's a. I think she just telling the vehicles last. But it's all right, you know, everybody, you know, want to sue everybody off that. I made sure that wouldn't even take place, but besides that, it's going on.
But I know, it's really have to be sensitive, because.
Yeah.
Stuff, you make a little more nervous than you normally are. So,
Yeah.
Just, you know, we sometimes people walk around the car now, and, you know, you just gotta be alert. So she may have heard something.
And thought it was.
Yeah, like, what is that?
So I'm gonna say I'm proud of my guys, you know, sometimes they, you know. Hey. The folks here do one. Everybody wanna come against me. But I am actually proud of those guys, they do what I asked them to do. Don't even ask me how long we do. Every blue moon they say I came with. Well, what 10 people, 12 people should be doing.
I think I had out drone miles on 70 yesterday with some of the businesses. I mean, it looked really good.
So we doing what we doing, we got. We have to be on, so. They get done with that corridor there. But that corridor, they start to begin. Other side, so somebody on the east side of Country Road, other side. So we actually. And then we hit.
Yeah.
The young lady at 7. It's also her husband. Thank you. Elana. She asked for trash, from Alderman Harris' office. Well, they put one up. You know what happened the next day? So I was in the meeting with her Monday, and we was talking about reception. But it's still in them. I'm putting them down. I think I put them down. Some of those old metal ones. Because I don't feel. They take time. Right.
Even when we were built them in the ground, it was still taking.
It still, yeah, it's going
But it's
out of the ground.
heavy, it's so now you can those things. Except for the trash.
So I'm gonna say this, ever since Monday. 790 College Road been clean as heck. I mean, literally, they haven't even been loitering on that side of the street at all. And they got garbage cans sitting out there. They got nothing blocked. Alderman Harris cut down all of the streets. Cause it tripped us out. We woke up and what are the people doing out there? I said, that man cut them trees out. I'm like, yes. That's what happened the whole time. So there it is right there. Yep. I can hear it.
And I just need to make one mention to the kids under this. I know it's not, some say. Wait, I want to get ahead.
So we're going to move on to holiday decorations, and I'm gonna open the floor to whoever wants to participate in this conversation.
Jennifer, you want me to kick it off? Do you want me to kick it off?
About the holiday decorations.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. So Jennifer asked me a few weeks ago to do some logistics on how many wreaths we have, how many bowls we have. the bowls. We have 120 bowls with reefs. I'm sorry, 120 reefs with bowls already attached. We have 21 that's out of the box. We have 57 poles on, 57 poles, I'm sorry. We have 68 poles, 719. So we'll do either every one, every three, every two. I think I gave Jennifer those numbers. I don't have them off the top of my head, but I think it's 26 poles on 75th Street. And I think it's 32 poles that we're gonna do on 71st Street. So we have 389 poles altogether in our SSA. That means from Cottage Grove to 95th, combined, 389. That's not counting the poles with the lights on. Don't want to disturb. You climb on the pole, you hear this, the light turns green, and you put a reef on it. It don't make. I guess Jennifer, you can take over now. Those are my numbers. Thank you.
So Jennifer, the brackets are they the same brackets you're using for banners too, or are they different only for holiday decorations? Because we did, and we can look at it again and we can bring those numbers out. We did that before and we got really, I do think I agree with you all that it merits trying it again. The maintenance of brackets, I don't know, it's weather, I don't know, but it got to the point where we're spending like 50,000 on fixing brackets. Yes, the banners still were tearing up and we couldn't get enough to replace it. So one of the reasons we did the wreaths and bows was the goal was to, keep it simple and for the next 3 years, banners we could fill in each pole. And put it on the doors. But we can look at it again. It was those brackets they break in half. They were, and then they don't work. And it was, and I know that there are not a lot of companies. There's not a lot of competitive companies that would do this. So it's tough to get. There was no negotiation once they went up there and fixed it. If your bill was 30,000, yeah, 1,000. So it was just hard to manage. But I do think it merits looking at because the holiday used to be decorated. In the times we live in, it needs to say do whatever it can. if we can't do the brackets in the next year too, because again, you heard us, you know, you all gave us money to lost some rates, we collected them back, gonna add to. The other option is to go back to the original plan, which is to decorate the on the business doors and put some as much as we can, knowing that they're gonna walk away. I mean, if you know, if they're not on the bracket, they, you know, they may walk away.
Oh.
However, I feel that, you know, we're a spirited group, we believe in giving, and if we gave somebody, if had a refresh, we wanted to or not, you know, we could collect them all back, but, you know, we can price it out and look at the budget as we, because those are the kind of things we need to, look at the budget and see what we, first thing you wanna do is pay for the brackets and raise them, still can't get them up and it's still not.
Right. You have an idea on the bracket.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, I know it's challenging, I recognize some people put them on there.
We have some, but I did not count. I didn't think we was gonna use them again, not on those both. So what I propose for us to do is put tie wire on the back of them. Pull them, use the needle ends and turn them. Make it this. Oh, that tie wire, that's where you use the rebar. Use rebar when you put your in the ground. Or reinforced rebar, that's what we do. Tie wire. Let's point out right now. Our reefs are not this big.
No.
These reefs are huge. These things were 8 blocks away.
We want our, the elevated go.
They're going up, that's why we have the battle gas. So they won't, remember the trees we did? They came up as. I'm saying again, Jeff.
She said our rates are pretty big, I thought they were pretty good too.
They-
So they're 30%.
Voltage.
They commercial side, as commissioners, just one thing about strategy, is our strategy that we should just, you know, get ample on the reefs, got it a lot, and then look at the brackets or try and do a combination.
We need to talk to,
But we could work with them, because I mean, part of it is we gave them sponsorship.
right, right.
But it's a volunteer thing and put it in there, but we can, I see they also do residents, so we, you know, we don't do residents.
Little difference.
So there's a big difference. So, you know, we can figure it out, but it's really, the bottom line is just the money, these things are so expensive. Money, so. And we'll look at it as we go over the budget, we'll put something in there. The good news is, whatever we put in the budget, we can change it afterwards. Come up with something, we gotta move something from somewhere else to get something. Cause, I really do think we need wreaths, but I also think we need banners, and I know that's a big problem too, because they tear and you gotta, you know, we had to pay banner, was 5,000 every time we go and take it down or replace it, you know, you feel like you're not, being effective and seeing your money.
You don't understand about fact. Max. When you start paying to come out. Put up some more, mix them again. Get a 10-year mark. Even the cut. Be a problem. So.
So, Jennifer, you're gonna, put out an RFP so you can get some quotes to see if anybody besides that, or there is a mechanism message card, we can put our RFP together, send it out. It'll go to all the other SSAs and other businesses to see what we get, and then that might help with the salary. They do most of the SSAs. And however, they were doing ours, but again, you know, it's cost, see somebody else who was out there. Next is facade improvements.
So I know at the last meeting, we spoke about facade improvements with, Chef Lamont in his building, but he's not present, so we can't really speak more on that, but, I did mention it, that there was an interest And then also I was in the corridor and spoke with the folks at 6. You know, what was in them, you know, they could find out. So those are the only folks that I know should be represented.
Maybe what we need to do is put a flyer together, that application, that applicants, we write it to them out. We can only do 5 or 4, 3.
Five. I would
But, what we really had tried to do was, because we get so many NOL applications, is really tie it together to, so that if they get, 20, we go to 5 in there to make it, because, you know, everything's so expensive, it doesn't go that. So that it's compounded with something, or if they're getting a loan. And I do believe the city's about to open up another round, I'm not sure. I think I saw an email. Did you see one, Jennifer, about, you know, around the NOF money is another round where the city's gonna do that real estate loan, I believe, is going to open up. It's about to open, so we'll double check. We'll put we'll get a facade file together and remind them to get the facade.
Now, 606 already had their slide.
So you have to look at our guidelines, I can't remember about the.
That's the size of it has something to do with city ordinance. How big it is, how long it is, how far it
That's
reaches
what I'm
over
saying.
to the
Give them the
Yeah.
application, fill it out, and then we can see if it meets the guidelines. So, okay.
The next thing is the safety companies.
Yeah, and you know what the issue is, but
I didn't ask, regards to,
I guess what I'm questioning is, we have to make sure we reward good businesses versus, and I'm gonna throw this out, with bad businesses. And, my question is, I think we just need to dig deeper and see why the business license. Be something administrative, Lord knows it happens to all of us, you get it, they know something. But if it's that they somehow on the list, or the community has to do something that.
Right.
Let's do that first, before we, you know, and we can actually call these necessary interest, what we're saying is business license, 2 things, if it's something you can help you do, if there's something going on, then we should know about. Then, you know, we want to hopefully get a good business. Safety programs, this is cybersecurity thing, but but what I was just gonna say, and I forwarded to you. I've been, trying to determine, I'm trying to put an RFP together for security. The bottom line is, I believe you're gonna have to have some technology forces. Right, it's not a manpower thing, because even if you get the security firm on, they can't arrest, they can't, you know, and there's so much going on and with the police and, right. We can figure out some technology that's easy to have a shotgun, center, whatever. Pro or con, the point is it's there, so how you figure how you feed information to it. We looked at doing what they call aggressive sensors and noise sensors. I believe they use it in prisons and things like that, but it also some traffic, it almost picks up too much. It's almost like it doesn't have enough ability to discern if we're not on the corner talking or we're on the corner fighting, and then with the traffic they have to be outside. Or we haven't figured out how to put them anywhere inside, then we do the job with that. So my thought was to try for the RFP together. I'm sending every security firm that I talked to, Jennifer to do some preliminary things that I put in there. That's what we're not quote unquote manpower per se. Now that can help us feed into what's going on in the area, what's happening. Hopefully, I don't know what that center means, I don't know what ONC data they take, we can contribute to that in some form. So that we can be of help. It's just,
I know OMC at their center, they hear a bunch of commotion. And that mic to, and all of us can have that meeting in that whole conversation. Them two are really.
maybe we should talk to ONC areas, because that's sort of what we
Yeah,
need
link
to
into
put in
this.
our area, so that technically, you know, somebody is hanging outside here in the parking lot. So Pat, you can, the sensors will tell you, but I think that when a camera thing, which, you know, sometimes cameras don't catch everything, but it's like, okay, they spoke. I think it's one of it was, the sensor will say, hey, somebody's gathering out there before they throw the bricks. We need to figure out how to feed it OMC, so maybe our strategies that I asked OMC who they're using, or how we feed it, or maybe we should have a meeting with them, so I can put it on the street.
Because they was asking people just in the community, they need to link them directly.
Yeah, I don't think they have that. But however, you know, like bricks for the residents, but I don't think most local businesses, or both of them don't have a range.
Well, that's how they got down here. Shot spotter went off. Number two, what they did was when the shot spotter went off, camera went off. So automatically started, it's already moving. They just pinned the shot. That's what they got there.
And we did have the sign, I don't know if we still have it, but we used to have a business can sign up. Provided your security system is commercial grade, OMC can access your cameras.
Right.
In light of an emergency, so that they can, if we sign up and agree. And the Wi-Fi has to be pretty strong, it has to. But it will, and we can check that too. But it will, if there's a shots fired like it was today, they literally, if she was, helping homicide on with them, they will automatically go and they will look around the building, but they'll also be in the building, so that they can start responding and assess the damage and what they should do. It does help. It also helps them with information. Now, does everybody want that? No, but it is a option. Had it, I don't know want to see this. Taking it back, but maybe we should check that out, or have maybe their leadership.
For safety.
Yeah, but the Wi-Fi has to be, the bandwidth has to be. So I just want to let, that's what we're trying to start, that the bottleneck security costs quite a bit, and even with the manpower, it's just not enough. We gotta be SSA. Gonna have to, while organizing and creating crime use technology, we have to use it. So is that okay with why we just support this technology, keep on beta test to see what technology works, rather than ORP.
Anyone want to add anything before I move on to the next area? No? Okay. All right, so I put together, we've been talking for months about creating a database for the SSA. And I've been working to establish some data from the corridor, and I just wanted to show you all an example of what I've been able to gather so far. So you all have a packet that looks like this in there, and I just kind of wanted to go over this and get some feedback from everybody. So the first page is just going to show you, it's going to come up on the screen. The top, of course, is the address of the actual business. Right underneath is the 10-digit parcel number. There's also a 14-digit parcel number we use. It's just 4 zeros, I think. So it's the same. And underneath you have the name of the business that's currently there, every dream before and after. On the next
Where
page.
is that? Oh, here, I'm sorry.
You should have.
Wait.
I still back to the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great. All right, so if you go to the next page, you're gonna see what, we were able to capture back in April, actually, of the business. If you look at that picture, there's nothing on those windows at 213. The interesting thing in this picture is that there are actually 3 business storefronts that are all considered the same parcel number. But all of them, when you walk up to them, have different street addresses. 213, 215. Okay. To the next, when you go to the next page, this is the owner information for that parcel. And also for one of the businesses in that parcel. So at 217, you're gonna have Katie and Realty. And so I was able to get the information at the bottom by just going in there. But they own the entire parcel, so they own 213 and 217. When you go to the next page, you will see now that 213 looks totally different. Because now they're the dream before an aftercare has moved in. And all their contact information is clear as day right there. As you walk up to the door. So on the Cook County Tax Assessor's page on the next slide, there is a summary of all the tax information that is up to date for the last couple of years for that parcel. So from 20 years, not yet. Oh, right here. Those are 2 different sources that I got this. Is more recent. So, you can see up towards the bottom where there's been some sales. But this is a really good concrete, gathering of information here on this summary. Now, prior to me finding this summary, if you go to the next page, which is what Linda was talking about, there is a 20-year tax history. So this one is actually going to give you a picture, it's gonna give you the address, the mailing information again, then you get this 20-year property tax bill history going all the way back. Of course, I've gotten mixed reviews about having that information.
Yes, Lord.
So I just wanted to stop there and just show you what I've been, acquiring. And it's
No, it's a groundwork, because the thing is, we really want to get prepared for, as you mentioned, so a person can have 3 business owners. Parcels that belong to the one. Then there's some parcels that are like a kind of break it up. So the question, we really want to get a database where if you come and say, well, how much am I paying in the SSA? I can give you a number. I mean, we know it's 2% of your, but some businesses want to know what's the number. Because you got 6 or 7 or 8, and I don't know how many you got, right? The answers are different, so if we had started preliminary, we put all of this together, it'll help. So that if those 3 businesses that are sharing this one parcel, that they're paying 1,000 to the FSA, but each business owner is only paying a portion. Real down to that. The reason is that sometimes people hear about the FSA but don't recognize that they're getting a lot for their services, and that the FSA is not responsible for the heavy taxation. We don't even get that heavy levy. It's a small portion, and I think what the delivering the snow removal and streets and everything else must be in here, and not include the business development piece that we need. It helps sometimes if you say, well, how much am I paying to the SSA? Let's say have that. So you have to drill down here to start to build it up. And having said that, we are working on in this budget, which we are, getting a database. So we did a market study before. We did a brochure back in 2014, where it's going to capitalize all the information, the residents, what they spend, where they spend it on. We use that kind of information to market to other people and other businesses to come here, because I really do think our area is a second business location. We have a successful business someplace else. This is really a good place to work. if you sell a jewelry or luggage, because it shows that our, it's why we're updating that market, it shows that our people in volumes, they're going 5 to 10 minutes away. to get it. So the goal is not to stop a business from coming or encourage a business to come, it's getting it. We're losing money if people are spending it by going to Evergreen Park or literally 5 to 10 minutes away is what this market study assesses. How much is being spent, where they're spending it, and why are we not directing it here? What do we need to do to market that? That more important, those businesses can get it. Do you need another coffee shop? Market studies show you that. You know, if it's, that's not the number one thing we're buying and not handling it, you know, then maybe if someone were coming, we would say, what are you gonna do to be unique about it? They'll be showing that it's here and it's not, we're not leaving that, kind of, I know we're really big on food and, selling in our area, but you know, that helps also for us to go to the business owners to say, you know, you're doing good, but you're losing this. What can we do to help you as a better business to capture that? Is it because, you know, if I go to Evergreen Park, is it the parking? Is it that I can order online? Is it that it delivers? What is it that we're not giving you? And we help you. So it's really, no, she said she get mixed, she get mixed, so we're trying to get to that point, but the question is, we don't wanna kill everybody, we collected so much data that we never get there. So we're figuring out, we're getting close, and this kind of information, this kind of work is never in vain, it helps us all. So we'll do that market study, the other study that Jennifer and I are also working on and commissioning some professionals is we want an assessment of all the businesses in our SSA and determine what is their business connection. How do we connect them regionally? Is what we have, because sometimes we're not just getting what we need from buyers and foot traffic. So how do we make sure that well, that's a bad thing. I was gonna say, I'm sure I'm home serving people all over our bid, so that's not one of the challenges. But I mean, you know, the people know help the home, how many will hire, and the services that what is right. And you know, sometimes if you don't do these kind of, how do we? The professionals can tell us how do we upgrade that regionally. So who do you connect you with to do that? Who's in this medical business that will help reach? Because you know, I know like Senator Durbin does funding to pay people to the, you know, he's a big funder of it. Congresswoman Kelly, they're already in the health, we got TCA Health, and how do we as an organization help connect the dot to take us to not go a little region? And what are the opportunities? So we're looking at that, as well as that will lead to this brochure that we're trying to get together for the, what are you gonna call it? Jen, go ahead, Jennifer, you talk about it, the item. Go ahead, you would, that, go ahead, Jennifer, if you're something to say. Go ahead. For the world, we're coming here, and we want to use it from, we want to make sure this is a button. So you can offer something for that day. We are, uh, so simply put something in there, a chunk or something, and we have to pay people to do that. Just so that we can put it in the bag. We have them, and when we go downtown, we gotta go to tour, talk about the community, and that's what we gotta present. Couple of coupons to get something to eat in the corridor, and walk through the corridor. Whatever you want to put in there, you just put. Everybody from this business. And of course, the brochure. It'll be a really good trial run, you know, the DNC convention is coming. So it'll be a trial run for us to do that same thing, run from downtown to our area. With them bags, having them, I think we're gonna end up at the Mahalia Jackson. Port, we were gonna end it. But again, you know, it's good to have that bus, have a captured audience for people who are visiting, coming from downtown, with money to spend, showing them your area. And then get back on the bus and you get to sort of act like the artists too do, you know, the Ghosts where you tell the story about Chapman history. Our goal is to market. If you have an idea or you wanna, you need something to put in there, you can put in there. Get us flyers and some, but, from Thursday. So you should put that in there because this is 200 mistakes, but just remember that this is where you are, that we want to business more. No, you got to go to business, in all 13 states. Yeah, so I mean, put that on there, you know, we're in 13 states, but we're, just let the numbers speak for themselves. And, you know, your house is CPA and this is. Right, yeah, and dump it in there. So we just want them to just know, as they're on the bus, you know, that they came to a great area. I think we're not competing with, there's a couple other tours with other communities, but no, it would be great if they can go back downtown and go back wherever they are and remember us. If they remember us, that means we do a good job. I know we're going over time, but I just really do. Is there any question about that? Because I also want to get to this application in order for training and receive how everybody's doing and need our help because that's part I saw that you know I don't know. So
This is just an example of what you should get when you finish. This is Mr. Glover's certification, get certified. And so you have to print this out. And then there is, put it here too for the records. See. Then there's an application checklist on the front of what it is that is needed by every commissioner to complete. all together, so every single page needs to be done, and all of this has to go in snail mail and on out to, to Jennifer at the DPD, okay? And so, you're complete, you just have to mail yours out, right, Mrs. Glover?
Well, if you just will mail it out, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll mail it out, we'll get it there, get it to us, we'll get it there, if you need any help, let us know, we'll
right,
sit down with you and do
Yeah,
it.
we'll walk it.
Yeah, we'll walk it in, so.
and I have additional, checklists available, picked up or dropped off, whatever. Um,
Texting, good job.
So-
Good job.
So yeah, we're looking good with that, and then we just have to get it off and sign off, and they're able to email on behalf of our commissioners now. We do have to be following up this week. Yeah, and, besides that, we've already,
I just wait for you to budget review with them and make sure everyone's
right, so that by the time we get all of the commissioner applications together,
Well, you want to do the budget review with,
Jennifer,
when do you want to do the budget review? With the commissioners, so we can. It doesn't have to be afterward, it could be in. Let's just bring it to you and go over the, so. So next Wednesday, you might do that, might be going back. Okay. Okay,
Check this.
but see, it's gotta be set up in the city council, so we gotta get it in, again, it's not something we can change. When we, if he's one changes to the work plan, he just wants more clarity. Those are words, but the words, the numbers is what they need to prove in this, that category, for instance. They prove that we can always move one to the other after that. But then let's get it in and get it back up so we can get it set up. It's gotta go up, and unless they approve it, they're not gonna put us on the agenda for city council.
so the only other things I had was, we've already spoken about, Alderman Harris's, free haircut event on Saturday, August 26th, from 10 to 1. That's gonna be at the, Jesse Owens Park, 8801 South Clyde Avenue. So it's for school age kids once again. Then also, Jennifer, do you still have free tickets to the Chicago Art Institute available? Okay, so if you're interested, speak to Jennifer and she will give you some free tickets. But besides that, the
And
Florida
the only
Open is.
last thing I wanna ask, first of all, Bill, I'm just, because he no longer does the case of Chicago. They have broken it up so that, you know, we, for our aldermen and we can put both sides. You know, I would like your feedback on that. I'm a little hesitant about, can you actually answer your questions about But, no, we would have to be, obviously, the SSA is, we would have to sponsor it. So. But if you want. Yeah, it's Tasty Chicago, but what they're allowing is. Open that.
Smoke.
All they're gonna need to do. You're not gonna. And they do, I think, so you can. It's like one of our local, bar owners, the city will give them $1,000 for the sales up front. Maybe cash sales to sell at the event. And, you know, I don't know, gathering, serving alcohol locally, I just, you know, really, but, what do you want?
You can have the taste.
What comes in a package?
Okay.
So. Yeah, so pretty much we're gonna. Look at the organizers, which obviously we have on system. We should probably pass this year. Wanted to, responsibility level. That means we are doing IPH.
So is there anything else, any questions, comments, before
Comments.
we
We
adjourn?
do have a route for the tour. Jennifer taxed me to put together a route. Now, I was saying, living in Indiana. On my way down there. So, they were right. On west on, Seminole, Indiana. They got left on Seminole. Straight to, we would go, White House is next. Go 4-367 around there. Hit King Drive, go up. Chatham, in Chatham, going up to 95th Street. To Chicago State and C. CTA. That's what we do. From downstate, make a left, go see West Chatham. Oh, they be doing it. Come out of there, from downstate and end up at. That would be our stuff.
I wanted to gather with them.
I know. Am I right, Jennifer? Gee,
My point is, if you don't want to participate. Having said that,
And we can adjourn the meeting now at 7:30 PM.